Justice is served.
That would just make life complicated.
Yeah, guys.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Con? Taking care of yourself?
Yeah, Ryan. Not the now you dare.
Against some artists in Minecraft. Let's fucking go. Are you enjoying the server, Con? Also, has Amanda started playing? I hope she enjoys like all the wide breadth of animals that can be obtained in playing.
So, back to this anywhere. Please go to that. Yeah.
Oh no, that sucks. Hey man, if she hasn't been sleeping, Minecraft's the perfect thing, but jokes aside, that really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
I think, yeah. The high, it's a no, we don't us, why do we eat? Sure, something out where the high Friday, and
Jim.
I said,
I bet she is. Kids are a lot.
it's a little like you.
When y'all get home, it's gonna be bed rot and cuddle time.
You know, the film said, try to find what you were like that. Take a chance and really long and got it. Pretty. Why are you skeptical? You got to agree with it. No, hard time. This is right here. Hey, why am I sitting here working like this? You ain't ready to watch. It's making me up and second. You did it. I have somebody talk. You're straight. You're stressful. You see it. Yeah, how much do you want to see? What's going on here? Girl, the girl, the regular, whatever. Wait a minute. You keep going like that. I don't know. Yeah, trying to hear things that I can okay.
When I'm ready, I'm not more.
Okay. Interesting. Music to the time.
clutter.
It's time by throbbing.
Too much clutter.
They really haven't done no videos out of it. And it's about. Maybe gonna keep going around and
You getting by? Stay out of the shadows.
That would just make life complicated. When I'm ready, I'm not prepared. I don't need it.
So they did that, they did that, like, sorry, I just got this thing to tell you that I don't want you back. Here, they were legit, they were telling me, you can't tell me, like, you start to get everything that find out in that is being true, but maybe people didn't do it. Yes, you know. You see? They're doing all right, they're not talking to you. I just want to know going into the house and I'm looking. I don't need to have a meeting. Thank you. Start. You have not even looking to start. That's good. How do you begin? That's how. The point. No, one problem is that
Recently torture a fellow witch. But you brought this on yourself, don't you?
Once more into the breach. Once more into the breach. Once more into the breach. And once more we return victorious. Although I have to admit, I did not.
It's always been doing. I have a job in the Canada, and money is headed, or the emergency line to me. Oh, my mom would make the reservation and get the person and people, or oh, we did one.
You've helped me before.
This one was the I did buy a new on here from media, so he had something to doctor this thing.
See you.
Tell me that sounds like I was going
It's
to
a
not
post.
even off of the together. His name was
Tell me something. Any chance you might be willing to join forces again? Don't do anything I would. Hail.
These owl eyes of mine. I've been keeping a... Why are you still standing there?
Oh, good. More work. What do you need?
Oh, hello there. Yes? All gold comes from the sea. It should take to the sandy soil.
Fair weather.
$2 America.
Justice will prevail.
Maybe it's something while I'm wrong with people.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Oh my God, that's the line that nothing for the country. It's not easy. And it's like you're going to be very lovely, but and there's nothing like you. Now you're going to do it. You know, you like to know that you're doing it. That's all you know, I think it's beyond. So I'm going to like, there's a talking to the family of you, like, Jasmine is coming up to you. To the people, so when you do like to join us, but I'm basically still a baby, so we are not going to do this for the people that need the people. That's what I don't understand.
Justice is served.
He was really something. Nobody from My voice is not what you're hearing. Here's your
Come over here.
Your pistol.
Good luck to you.
I think you are going to get anyone who has a very good. The first thing you is the million. I'm sorry, it's not even very interesting. Okay. There, but you would that's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to think about it. This is, you would see my friend come to me. You're going to see I'm driving. Okay, I do see that you are in the phone. Because you do it, but you can't write it, and say that, and you know, and I always say, computer. So I'm going to stop you, but I didn't get some money now. I need to know how to do it, I just don't know. In order to do aside from me, playing never. I'm not even giving her you have $9 or $3 $9. And you want that telling like, how can I either say yes, that I'm gonna die, or not? If I got someone who takes on his like you can be invited and there's always things to invite. And then they say that should know, well, you can say, okay, you say now you ain't gonna do I can ride this stuff. No, you saw it, you know, you very care. Oh, I'm sorry, I think go and have sex stuff. Yeah, I'm going to get it.
Right, make a bite.
Let me be happy.
There you go, mate.
Thank you.
You took father and son, right?
What? No. I'm his former coach.
It's all the same thing. You know, you two remind me of me and my old man when I told him I was leaving medical school a week before graduation.
Well, I mean, that's a story.
Would have made a great doctor, too. I was really good at it. Bedside manner, reading charts, cutting up shit. It's just not what I was meant to do.
I still wish Ethan well, but
Devs is such a good.
I still wish Ethan.
Dog, this fucking Hassan Ethan Klein thing is so crazy. Because here's the thing, right? Hassan's just a fucking himbo. He's just a himbo. All he does is, comment on the news. Generally, I think reports on things fairly accurately, and posts thirst traps on Instagram. Very simple, monkey-brained man. Ethan Klein, by contrast, has gone full McCarthyism, Red Scare, and is posting nonstop about Hassan, and it is absurd. Why would he spend months of his life making that trash-ass content nuke video?
Well, but goddamn, how selfish, how delusional, how stupid to just think that anyone outside of your marginal cult that you have whittled away over and over again is going to look at the situation and go, yeah, you know what, dude, you are actually right. You've totally convinced me that baby murder is all right now, actually.
Yeah.
That people who...
Yeah, it's just like it's no skin off my back. Didn't get into YouTube until I was much older. By that point, H3H3 had already moved into making podcasts and shit. I've never seen Vape Nation. I maybe watched a handful of clips and maybe a show or two when Ethan was dunking on people like Ben Shapiro and stuff, but I always knew he was just a fucking liberal, but I never thought that he would be this much of a rabid, foaming at the mouth Zionist. It's wild.
The devs did such a good job of making Doom Guy really likable. Let's be real. Doom Guy is intimidating, silent, strong, and a one-man reality buster. But he's also kind of a dork. It's often what makes Doom...
Yeah. No, that's right. You have to remember that Doom Guy originally went on a rampage through hell before that multi-thousand-year stint slaying demons, before he got found and taken, after the events of Doom 2, before the events of Doom 2, when, you know, well, like at the end where he like went to hell to slaughter demons and then he gets taken by, you know, the ardent, you know, like the sentinels and shit. And he quite literally in the beginning, like in the first game, wanted to kill these fucking demons because they killed his rabbit. That is why there's a bunny in this shit. That's why there's an iconography. Doom Guy is just a fucking, you know, bunny dad. He's a cat dad. And I get it. I like for the cats I've had and loved in my life, I would murder for them. Like any good fucking white boy would.
I have no access to our money. Anything that goes into the checking goes straight to the savings that I have no access to.
Are you afraid?
That's a red fucking flag, dude. Like that. Ugh.
You ready? Give your balls a tug, tit fucker.
I learned that racism is passed down generationally, so it's internalized, which makes sense. I was walking home.
If you date a person with a skill, they will do that skill in your house. Sims loading screen advice, LOL. Here's one example of a partner doing their skill in your house, poetically described by Lindy West in The Witches Are Coming. My husband plays the trumpet, which is a sort of loud pretzel originally invented to blow down the walls of fucking Jericho, and later to let Civil War soldiers know it was time to kill each other in a river while you chilled eating pigeon in your officer's tent 20 miles away. Yet somehow in modern times, it has become socially acceptable to toot the bad cone inside your house before 10 a.m. because it's your job and your wife should get up. What a world. If one was feeling uncharitable, one might describe the trumpet as a machine where you put in compressed air and divorce comes out. But despite this, despite operating a piece of biblical demolition equipment inside the home every bright cold morning of his wife's one and only life, the trumpet is not the most annoying thing about my husband. As a person who is hobbies, this is not advice. This is something between a warning and a threat. You fell in love with the guitarist at a party? Great. They'll play the guitar at home. That's how you acquire and retain skills. A painter needs a lot of space and the right light for their craft. Programmers will program, and that takes a lot of time and nerve. Cooks and bakers will produce large quantities of food. That's a plus. Athletes are an exception, but be ready for them to be gone for a lot of your free time. Foresee what's foreseeable and live with your choices. This is funny, because my partner is a librarian, and he did organize my books for me after a few months of dating. As an IT worker, I set up the printer that wasn't working/connecting to the relationship with a box of random cables. If you want to set your sim on fire, put a rug in front of a cheap oven and make them cook. Works best with Sims with no cooking skill. Also, toddlers don't get sick off spoiled food. If you date a person...
I want to be very clear when I say this, and I'm saying this primarily because all right, so when I say this, I want to be very clear that I have nothing but respect for this woman in the world, and I wish her nothing but success, and there will always be a part of my heart that loves her in a peculiar way. But my last partner, she had a really, really, really difficult time with this in our relationship, to the point that I ended up giving up a lot of my hobbies, as well as to an extent giving up some of my skill, because I was not spending time making videos, streaming, doing the dev work, things of that nature. She had such an axe to grind with me being on my computer. Like, from her mouth, she said, I want you to spend 6 hours a day with me. And, even when we were in couples therapy, she made it like, she was like, is that insane for me to ask you? Because, again, I had no fucking backbone. I didn't ever fight her on it. It's a big reason why I'm not, further in my YouTube, Twitch streaming career that I am now. It's a reason, I always felt anxious being on the computer, even when I was supposed to be. And it sucks, but them's the breaks.
As an atheist, putting my hand on the Bible and saying an oath before testifying to a court is less likely to get me to tell the truth than a pinky promise.
I'm going to be so honest. I have just learned as an atheist at this point to just assimilate, like, white American guys, unless otherwise stated. Most people will just presume you're Christian. I'm not a fucking Christian. I haven't been a Christian. I don't think I ever was a Christian. But I will put my hand on that damn Bible and fake it till I make it, because if there's one thing that I hate more than having, if there's one thing that I hate more than like the hypocrisy and the general, issues I have with faith and the faithful, it is having to sit across from somebody who either I mentioned or they heard in passing that I was an atheist, and then spend the next 3 hours of my fucking life having to explain why I'm an atheist. And no, you sitting here and explaining glorious God and all of the contrived reasons of like why I should actually believe and why I should, follow Jesus and stuff in the way that you think I should, is a gigantic waste of time. I literally was homeless in a buddy of mine's house, and his wife came up. I have not sat down and ever, at any point in my life, sat down and had a meaningful conversation with this woman. Life has never been a case where we could interact with one another and like have a meaningful conversation. And the first fucking thing she talks to me about is my faith. And now here's the thing. She is a wonderful woman. I love her to death. I love her husband, who's one of my buddies, to death. And I talked to him about it after the fact, and I appreciate it. But I also have to remember that some of these people are. It's not an ideological I need to assimilate you. For some people, like for her, it is a genuinely meaningful thing, and my acceptance with non-belief literally made her cry and go away. So it's I couldn't even be upset the fact that she had spent an hour and a half of my life talking to me about this shit, which is why I never really bring up the fact that I'm an atheist, in public and around people. It's just, it's frustrating. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? I heard that you were quite overstymied today because of children with no home training. Glad to see you up and about. Also, I was, and since Khan might be here too, I was actually curious about what you guys would think. I was actually thinking about doing a game equivalent of, like a book club and so I wanted to maybe get a game that cost $10 or less, and just have a weekly, HIMediaTV book game club meeting or something, which is, it's basically a book club where we all just talk about the game, or it's just we pull up in a live channel, stuff of that nature. I don't know, I think it'd be fun. I'm gonna explore some concepts on how I would want to do it, because I want to keep either the cost of it either little or nothing. I also want to make sure that I would honestly prefer to do a mobile game, but I also want to do a mobile game that's fun to play, but a lot of the fun to play mobile games are actually cost money, and then I don't want people to have to feel like they have to spend money, and it's just, I don't know, it's there's things I need to balance with it and think out, and just I need to make a list of games that I think would be appropriate and actually fun for it. So yeah.
Okay, no, it makes sense, right? So think about it. So let's say you start off with a cat, right? It's cat size, it's really cute, you play with it, you feed it, you do all that, it sleeps in your bed, and then you keep feeding it, it grows into a slightly bigger cat. And you're like, alright, that's pretty normal for my pet to grow in size. It's fine. And then one day, you wake up, and you turn over, in your bed, you see a grown-ass man, rock size, with giant muscles, laying up there going,
yeah, that tracks. It's so little man's. I love guinea pigs.
Computer, how do I put the Joker in the Phantom Zone? Quickest route, no freeways. Computer, do you hear me? Computer.
You don't. You don't. Unless you live in like Hollywood, New York, or some other big city, you got what's available on Grindr, and that's about it. You better hope none of those lesbians are the, gold star types that are biphobic as hell. Biphobia is a real fucking thing, dude. It's wild.
Man, thank God terms in office so we can finally get rid of all these ridiculous, wasteful DEI programs that are honestly really unfair. Oh yeah, brother, I'm pumped about it. Let's cut that.
Katie. Wait, what?
Come on, Ben! New alien! Turn into way big and step on her!
Doesn't Benny know the rule about...
I swear I was going for cannonbolt! New alien!
Yield, human!
You know why I always win?
Because I don't give up.
Forearms! Finally a fair fight!
God
Female
damn.
Tetramans are traditionally stronger. The princess still has the advantage.
I take back every nice thing I ever said about you.
I doubt Ben can stand much more of this.
Yeah! At last, a champion fit to marry my daughter. And he's even a Tetraman. Sometimes. Wait, what?
He's loaded.
Yes, it's true, my son. You have but to name it.
I see. Tetraman females are pledged to the male who defeats them in battle. You fought Luma and won, so you could ask for the Coral's 5-inch.
I would see this as an absolute win. Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, Soviet Union, how are you doing, buddy?
Elon's also had a week.
I don't even want to get started on Elon.
You know, being the SNHU bus has been a pretty great thing. It's time to pursue my dream job.
Yes.
Read it to me.
Title? Wayward Ted.
Everyone needs to know what is happening.
I'm quickly realizing.
I've seen so many people obsessing over on lately.
What is the most, what is the worst thing that y'all's pet ever ate? Because my ex's cat, Mamichi, God, I miss that fucking animal. He had pica, so he'd just eat everything he wasn't supposed to. He had, do you think cat-proofing the house is hard? Try having it with a little pica bastard. Oh my God. He would eat everything except his food. I mean, he'd eat his food too, but it was just a goddamn.
I've seen so many.
Don't worry, I'll put it out.
What the hell is your problem, you dumb bimbo?
I love Meg's crash outs. They're amazing.
Meg, that was...
One time I was out at a nice little diner eating a bagel, and Christian Divine was there, and I didn't say anything. I was like, whatever, that's Christian Divine. And then, like, later on, I heard his waitress go over the table and say, and how was everything? And I heard Christian say, I'm still hungry. And then I heard her scream, and I turned around, and he was eating her. One bite, swallowed her, burped, and spit out her bones. Nobody reacted. We all just stood there, eyes wide, mouths agape. When Christian started...
I'm a photographer. Do you mind if I take...
Is Genghis woke now? When did Genghis become woke? I'm not really woke. Let me explain with a diagram. Okay, this is the far right. Now, before 2016, there used to be something called moderate Republicans, moderate Democrats, and people in the middle. Now, gradually...
My girl is a cunt, yeah, but only cause she's serving. Your girl is a cunt, no, like actually on purpose. My girl...
Listen, I'm a car accident from Baldur's Gate 3, and I would ruin Mbessa from Arcane. Like, this is right up my alley. Shut up. So, Sypha, after, Sypha from Castlevania.
My position, you be tweeting the fuck out, because at this point it's like every couple of weeks, like a group of people get together, hundreds to thousands of people get together to just lie on my name. And a simple play, you know, like simple like, oh, I don't think he's that funny. I don't think he's funny at all.
I'm about to have a fun afternoon, so my trainer's boyfriend cheated on me.
What's the opposite of Riz? Because I went to a party the other day and this girl started twerking on me and I just stood there like... And then because I didn't do anything, she goes, Emma, I'm twerking on you. And I went, oh, thank you. And then I turned around. What's the opposite of Riz?
Riz for neurotypicals is different than Riz for autistics. This bitch is wearing a Gengar, like, snowplow hat. This bitch is autistic as shit, and I can see it in her eyes. And when I tell you what she needs to do to have Riz is, on her Hinge profile, make a long, undue rant about her hyperfixation and keep going far past when the audio recording cuts off, so it sounds like you were still talking. The fundamental thing is that people that will find autistic yapping hot. You want to know how I know this? Because I literally wrote a 4.5-minute voice note to a lady on Hinge I'm currently talking to, no plans to meet this broad. And quite literally we have been back and forth, and it started because I was yapping to her about the intricacies of the geopolitical situation in the fourth era of the Elder Scrolls timeline as to why the Old Dominion at that point in history are the equivalent of elf Nazis. So when I tell you that there are two types of Riz. The types of Riz is like having a good response to a pretty woman working on you. Autistic Riz is having enough passion and, happiness in your face to show that, hey, I'm a real human being with like a diverse personality and interest. Yapping may not work for everybody, but man, for the people it does work, out of your fucking hand. And here's the thing. This is just how I be. This is not like a strategy or something. I'm going to yap at you about my hyperfixations, whether you want me to or not. Better for you to fucking like it.
When your spouse catches your child in a ridiculous lie, such as claiming they didn't eat the entirety of a bag of sugar despite the evidence, it is your job as co-parent and a bringer of chaos to say, I believe her. She didn't do it. That sugar could have came from anywhere. Let's go, baby. Let's go find the criminal. Coworker asked me my pronouns and I said they, them. But I'm at work right now, so it's whatever. And then she came up to me later and said, this is you, and showed me this meme and probably non-binary. But I have a job, so IDRC about that right now. I work in childcare, and we have a non-binary staff member, and it is so sweet when all the old...
This dude makes $1 million a year off a random song he wrote in 1978, and it's all because of the downfall of MTV. Okay, so you know the new wave band...
Just give me love. Ow. Ow.
Well, fight back then.
He's like, I can't let it happen. And the principal's like, well, he hit somebody.
Anderson!
Yo, the Sundance Film Festival...
Come on, bro. It's a moose. I was fucking knocking over.
Usually, the one that talks first is the smart one.
You're gonna knock over a moose? Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you could pick up an 18-wheeler also? Like, where does it end? You're gonna tell me a moose is... How big is a moose? I'm gonna look it up right now. Look how much look up how much they weigh, you stupid... Okay, fuck, how big is a moose? A male moose can go from 840 pounds to 1,500 pounds. Push it over. Pretty big. Pretty big. But a female, 440 pounds to 1,100 pounds. Oh. That's more doable. Whoa, only So- half a ton. So I will confer. I will give in. I will concede. You can't push a fucking moose over. Can you fucking let me talk, please? I will concede.
No, he's not, because it's so often that Homeboy is proven wrong every time that he needs to savor this vindictive schadenfreude.
Concede. I'll take a page out of your book. The female I could beat up. No, you can't. Look up how fast they are. How fast is a moose? I actually don't know the answer. These large animals can run through the forest quietly at speeds up to 35 miles per hour. Okay.
For context, a human being will be dead if they get hit directly head-on by a car at 20.
What do you mean, okay? That's not that. Dust Usain Bolt in a race. Just dust him. Yeah, 'cause he's a human, dude. That's the point.
And then he thinks he could beat a fucking moose.
They should make a co-op game where you and a buddy go through many levels, leveling up and beating bosses. But the final boss is each other. You were my brother, player 2.
So fun fact, I actually, the way that currently, me and some friends of mine have been trying to play Elden Ring is using the Seamless Co-op mod, which is a great mod, by the way. If you want to play co-op Elden Ring with your friends, it makes the game a lot more approachable. And we have a gentleman's agreement. You know, all of us know that when we get to the final push of the game, before we mend the Elden Ring, there's a battle, a fight, a PvP duel to decide who truly gets to become Elden Lord. And it's a lot of fun. Definitely something I recommend. I actually have a hush hush secret content collab I'm doing with another creator that we're doing that. It's gonna be fun.
Robbie Williams' 2006 album flopped so hard it got turned into roads in China. British pop star Robbie Williams.
This man not only is so irrelevant that I still find out things about him against my will. Everything I find out about him is how so unbelievably mid he is in the UK and irrelevant he is outside the country. So I want to be very clear here that Robbie Williams is like the British equivalent of pick an NSYNC member or a Backstreet Boys member that isn't Justin Timberlake. We're Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake is like he's less relevant than Robbie Williams is less relevant than Justin Timberlake because those two are of the same generation. And and I want to remind you guys that they spent $100 million on this biopic. It made like $6 million. It made nothing. He got trashed.
Got a really good idea.
In an article called "This Aggressive Baby Name Trend is Alarming Experts."
I'm gonna watch it.
America may have no more Legos or Ozempic because Denmark's gonna take them away if Trump starts mining Greenland, which...
Hey y'all, remember how I said earlier that Denmark was pulling people in later? Oh, I'm sorry, no. Oh, you're good. They're also to get rid of Ozempic.
Once my friend Henry was accused of wearing wireless headphones by a substitute. So she said for him to hand them over, so he took them off and handed them to her. Then, later on, she asked him a question, and he didn't respond. So she said it louder, and he still didn't respond. She asked why he was not responding, and he said, "I can't understand you, ma'am. You took my hearing aids." One time we had a sub that was handing back papers and called my name. I asked if someone could grab it for me, and she started mocking me for not even standing up, taunting me, asking why I was not walking up to the front to get the paper myself. My classmates went dead silent, and after the sub's laughter ended, someone informed her that the wheelchair parked nearby belonged to me. I had a sub in English once on presentation day, and everyone goes up and does their thing, and then it's my turn. The whole time, I'm stuttering and mixing up my words, having to stop and re-say my sentences. The rest of the class is used to this and claps. However, by the time it's over, the teacher is 100% done. I'm in tears, and on the... But he'd never bullied me. He
Hey, Jamie, what would you rather be, a lion or a panda?
Coach, I'm me. Why would I want to be anything else?
I'm not sure you realize how psychologically healthy that actually is. Hey, Jamie.
So yo, would you just want to do a fucking this is to Amanda, Khan, and anybody else watching. Would you guys want to do like a fucking like a watch party thing? Like in fucking like just let me get to Orlando, like maybe we'll do like some watch party shits. Like we're like I'm not streaming it, it's just we're in the Discord and we're watching like Ted Lasso or some shit. Cause oh god, I love that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The only reason why 10-year-old girls are destroying stupidly overpriced products at Sephora to make skincare smoothies is because they aren't being given access to a yard with a variety of mud, sticks, rocks, puddles, and old ceramic planters to make potions in. The children yearn for the apothecary.
Also, those girls didn't pay for that makeup any damn way. They stole it. You think I'm joking? The number one demographic for thievery of makeup supplies, and ask any person that works in a beauty supply shop, they'll tell you, it is middle/upper middle class teenage white women. Always. Bean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Built for BBC.
I hope they mean the broadcasting network.
You best mean the British Broadcasting Corporation. I don't think bro's talking about news.
Nope, I don't think he is.
And I wouldn't have to scream your name at all.
Did you see what they announced in the Game Award? Wait, hold on a sec. Why? What's up?
Want to learn how I went from this to this?
If you run out of ideas, try using a slur. If you
I love Gen Z, man. The level of fucking unhinged, dude. Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm attempting to read all of One Piece in a week, and those who are wondering, I'm about halfway done at this point. And
I could do this. I'm unemployed.
You dumb ginger. You leave your title because you don't like your 94-year-old grandma? That's the definition of something you wait out, gangsta.
I have a girlfriend now. What I love about this is seeing that he's clearly a hockey skater. Now, I don't know shit about fuck when it comes to cold, slippy antics, but what I notice is different between hockey skaters and nearly all other skaters is that hockey skaters essentially run on the ice. Any other skater is trying to glide, perform, or be otherwise smooth. Create a new type of mobility, but on ice. But hockey skaters? The floor is slippery, but that's why they've got knives on their feet, so it's running time. Run, 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 run. So this is like playing tag on ice, except the one guy you're trying to get is magically not on ice. And I think that's pretty neat. He's also making really good use of the stoppers on the front of his skates. You can clearly see several times that when he starts juking and running, he's not actually running with the wheels in contact with the ground. He's tipped forward to run on the rubber stoppers, which will give him more traction on the slippery surface. He can change direction faster because none of his kinetic energy is going into countering the inertia of spinning wheels. I don't know if the picks on the front of ice skates are used similarly, because ice hockey is not so much of a national pastime in Australia, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I spent a bit of time with a roller derby team, and I recognize that particular stopper run. Random.
I'm actually fucking around with a girl who's in a roller derby. She's really cool, by the way. And I think that, and it's an entire culture thing. I've been learning so much from her about it. And if y'all have never gone to see a roller derby thing, I still haven't gone to see, but just hearing her talk about it makes me want to go see a match.
A man that isn't afraid.
Name an anime character most likely to use a slur.
Yep.
Show me ghetto.
Yes. I'm gonna say Toby Mama.
Yeah.
I don't think he would.
Dog, Tobirama was making new slurs for you cheetahs.
But it's meme culture, and usually the people we already listed, he's in there too for some reason. He's probably lost. I'm gonna say it's Roanoa Zoro.
Show
No,
me
he's in
Zoro.
those
Why would anybody want to put a metal ring through the end of their prick?
What are you looking at me for?
All right, guns.
Привет. Привет.
When I was in kindergarten, I saw a painting of the American Revolutionary War. I asked my mom, who were the good guys and who were the bad guys? And she said, that's not really how war works. It's not like a TV show. Both sides thought they were right, otherwise they wouldn't have been fighting. And my 7-year-old ass went, oh, okay. Anyway, having internalized that fun fact in literally kindergarten, it surprises me how many college-educated adults still don't seem to know about it. OP, your mom is correct, but also you realize this was literally about the American Civil War, where there very much was a good guys and bad guys side. Like, I appreciate the sentiment, but it's one of the few wars where you can very easily pick the side that was validated by history. It says American Revolutionary War. They weren't lying. That reading comprehension is piss poor. Also, while the Confederates were definitely bad guys, the Union were not good. During the Civil War, the South was fighting off.
I want to also be, this is not true. The South invaded first. The South seceded, and then they invaded the North first. Then the North pushed them back and kept pushing.
An invasion from the North, as far as they were concerned, and the North could not win a single battle against Robert E. Lee, and so the only way they could win.
No, Robert E. Lee was not some magnificent general. Like, he was alright. He won some battle. But, like, he kept losing. They didn't, like, they didn't commit, like the Union absolutely committed war crimes, to be absolutely sure. But, like, again, like, the fundamental thing is that Robert E. Lee was not this magical, like, really good, general. He lost. He kept losing. He was probably, fairly competent to a degree, but like, he kept losing. He's not. It's not that he kept he's not that the Union couldn't beat him. They could, and they did repeatedly.
Sherman's war crimes to the sea.
So we sang a chorus from Atlanta to the sea while we were marching through Georgia.
During the Revolutionary War, about 1/3 of people were loyalists, 1/3 were insurgents, and 1/3 were neither. They made the loyalists out to be baby-eating villains who had to flee to Canada so they could start the war. Both sides of the Revolutionary War were British. God, it's amazing how many Americans forgot the entire slogan for the war. No taxation without representation. Emphasis mine. When I was in kindergarten, I saw...
There is so much fucking wrong with this video. So, first of all, there is some merit to the idea that there are no good guys and bad guys in the American Revolutionary War. Fundamentally, at the end of the day, the people who started, funded, and prosecuted the war was the rich merchant class who did not like the amount of taxes that they were paying. That being said, the taxes that were imposed upon the American colonies were, terrible. It was particularly the Stamp Act that was the issue. What it basically meant is that you could not distribute a piece of paper unless that article of paper had a British stamp on it, and you had to pay a tax on each fucking leaflet. This goes for every individual page of a newspaper, every individual card in a playing card deck, every leaflet, every pamphlet, every book, everything had to have a stamp. So first of all, the quality of the prints went down because it was fucking inconvenient. And the second thing is that it was fucking expensive. It made it so, things made with the printing press, which, had democratized learning and, increased the literacy of, the Western world tenfold compared to the war times. It made it prohibitively expensive. And people wanted to know this shit. it's a big reason, and it's a big reason why the Boston Tea Party was made the British as angry as it was when they said that the product thrown overboard dyed the Boston Harbor darker with like his tea. They weren't kidding. The way tea was shipped back in the day is that there are these bricks of tea that you would shave a little, these giant bricks, like this fucking big, of tea that you would shave a little piece off of for your tea. And this brick would literally last somebody years, even if they drank tea multiple times a day for multiple people a day. And there was metric fuck tons of these bricks in all of these crates, and they threw it all in the harbor. I also want to reiterate, a lot of this tea originally came from China. The British's tea habit at this point in history was so fucking bad that they were quite literally a quarter of the British economy was backed up in the tea trade, and they were spending, and Britain was going fucking broke, giving gold and silver to China in trade for tea, because that's all China wanted. That's what led to the fucking opium wars, eventually. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that when you the amount of product that they tossed into the harbor was not just a king's ransom in tea. This was if this was a smaller nation, like one of the principalities of fucking the Germanic states at that point, it would bankrupt the entire nation. Gone, just fucking gone. It was a huge, and that's why the British were so fucking pissed. Fundamentally, at the end of the day, the Revolutionary War was, I think it is a morally neutral war in the sense of the reasons of why it happened. I think fundamentally, at the end of the day, if cooler heads had prevailed, America would probably still be a part of the British Empire. Maybe. Who knows? But I think, I don't know. I'm an American. I'm not particularly proud of being an American at this point in time in history, but I don't know. I think I think it's a net good. Whether that's the lifelong propaganda talking, so be it. As far as the Civil War, are there good guys and bad guys in the sense of both people think they're fighting, they're correct, and that's why they're fighting the war. That is correct to a degree, but you have to remember that there is a moral argument to be made that certain side looked past, despite the efforts of generations of Confederates to try and change the other way. The Union was morally correct. At the end of the day, General Grant ultimately was the reason why the Confederacy broke and why, they weren't ever able to rise again. And they're never going to be able to rise again. I think that is in part because, American capital has sort of treated the South and kept it down economically. And I think that was definitely an aspect of it in the past, but I think also it's also just a reality now. I think that the next few years are going to be very difficult for the folks in the South, and I think all of the showboating and shit around herder Confederacy good and shit, it's not going to when you can't pay your fucking bills. I'm not going to fight nobody on it. The Confederacy was bad, and I'm glad they lost, and they should have lost. And if they ever rise again, we'll make another march to the sea if we have to. If we want, bitch.
What restaurant is this, bruh?
It's a French restaurant. They got croissants.
We gonna eat ratatouille?
We about to eat rat.
Bonjour. What is that?
He said something about food.
He been eating baguettes.
No. Let's remember the famous nursery rhyme, people. If they're in the family tree, you should always leave them be. Oh, but what if it's hot cousin week? Then your life is sad and it sounds kind of bleak. Oh, but dating apps suck and the town's kind of small. Well, still, go outside, not across the hall. If growing up you went to the same grandma's house, then you better not make them your spouse.
Have a little faith in the democratic process. It always comes through.
It's a landslide. Eggman City triumphs with a record 98% of the vote. Let's talk to the man of the hour, Dr. Eggman.
Thank you, sir. I also want to thank all the villagers who were swayed by my charismatic campaign and voted without actually reading the proposition itself.
And why would they? Your commercials and free t-shirts stated the point so clearly.
Yes, well, what the t-shirts failed to mention was that hidden within the verbiage of the ordinance was a clause to give me absolute power. You chumps just elected me your supreme leader. Ha!
Have a little faith in the democratic process.
Yeah, that doesn't have any fucking relevance to what's going on politically in this country right now. Yippee!
Show me yours.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Hi, here's a list of which Pokemon gym leaders can say the bad word for gay. Of course, I dare you to go into any restaurant in Hell's Kitchen, New York, and tell me you do not see at least 20 Broadway hopefuls that look exactly like this doing a step ball change as they serve you your overpriced cheeseburger. Straight, but she gets the pass. When you're crying in a gay bar, all genders bathroom, this is the woman you want to give you the pep talk. Oh, this diva, the horrible color palette, the beachy waves. Do I really have to say if this pass-around party bottom can say it? Why is Gen 5 so gay? I didn't want to say yes this many times in a row, but what else am I supposed to say about Pokemon's Renee
I know she's Pokemon's Renee Rapp, but she was so damn fine. Oh my god.
App. There we go. No. The only poppers this man knows about are those toys everyone bought when they suddenly realized they're a little autistic. I'm gonna say no. I think she wants to be, but it's just not in the cards. It's very Sabrina Carpenter. Oh my god, no. How can you be gay in practice when you're too busy having a crush on every anime protagonist you've ever seen? Oh, I think there's something in my throat. Hi, here's a list of which Pokemon...
Steve Ang called up and blew off like 9 avatars just because they didn't offer any vegan options to ending the war.
That's the thing, right? Like, every avatar threw hands. Kiyoshi just died because she got bored.
My ex is a lawyer, and he broke up with
I love hedgehogs. They're very
Telling
good
young
boys.
Zoomers to just switch to Linux is nuts. Some of these iPad kids have never even heard of a cmd.exe or BIOS. You're throwing them to the wolves.
I'm not saying that one of my moderators / frequent watchers, Khan, is like this, but I just want to say for the record that this man, I didn't tell him to do this. He chose to do this of his own desire, of his own accord. Like, full dick into Linux, delete his Windows installation, and install Linux off a fucking thumb drive. Like, that is... I'm not saying it's difficult, but, like, I still get nervous doing that shit. I've been doing this shit for 15 fucking years, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, it's impressive. Love that for you. But man, like it's installing Linux like raw, no prior knowledge of class. Listen, props to you, brother. Like, you are a braver man than I, and this is with nothing but love and respect. That is ballsy and impressive.
I just made this girl 2 double rum sours with a Red Bull in my head the entire time, and then she didn't tip me. How do I entertain you people? I just made this girl
I heard you're not gonna be able to run with us today.
Yeah, I know that I married the right woman because we're going out to eat tonight and I told her, hey, it's going to be cold. Make sure when you dress up that you're wearing something warm. And this woman comes out wearing clothes.
Tell me about the most unhealthy brain you've ever seen.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Telling British people about a struggle that we all, needs fixing because it's genuinely classist and frankly disgusting. Not surprised that American has a savior complex, though. When British people call you classist, but your dish literally came from slavery. British people have the audacity,
I've got a
brother.
controversial opinion on trans women in sports. I think trans women in sports are a conspiracy by the sports lobby to trick trans people into caring about sports.
Do you guys want to know like an approximate number of how many trans athletes are participating in youth sports? How many? It's lower than that. It's 4,000. Roughly 4,000 motherfuckers. And now there's a travel ban on fucking trans people being able to, like, leave the country. Like, they can't leave the country now. Fucking hell.
Threesome? Who's your third? Who you picking?
Okay, I'm joking.
Damn it!
Threesome? Who are you picking?
Miss Incredible.
That's such a cop-out answer.
And Marissa Tomei.
Huh?
Nothing.
What? What was the second one? Can you tell me, honey? Who's your third?
Miss Incredible.
You can't say Mrs. Incredible.
And Marissa Tomei.
What are you muttering? I don't hear it. Rosa Tomato? I don't hear it.
In like 5 years.
What? 5 years? What are you mumbling?
Nothing. Marissa Tomei in 5 years.
Marissa?
The mom from Spider-Man! Threesome? Who's your third? Who you picking? Threesome?
That is a choice.
Oh my God, there was a plane crash in Washington, D.C. 67 people involved. That's terrible. That's awful. I couldn't imagine how the families of the victims are feeling right now. The pilots were gay. They had brain damage. Obama. Maybe Biden was involved. Oh my.
Trans goes after 6 months.
Leslie? Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Oh, it's okay. It's not too bad.
Leslie's one of the best fucking characters.
You know who I
Nope,
picked up to finish last?
can't put
Please
Jill
don't
Elster.
say down. Paddington Bear. It was on his Twitter account.
Yeah, bro, I saw that. On a scale of 1 marmalade sandwich to 5 marmalade sandwiches, we got no marmalade sandwiches.
Even that sweet little bird does not believe.
Spider-Man is a menace to society and must be held accountable. Absolutely, all mutants are evil. Exact what? Yeah, you hate Spider-Man because he's a mutant, right? How dare you? I fought for civil rights in the 60s.
Wait, what?
Mutants are valued members of our society and they did not choose to be that way.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought you hate...
I hate Spider-Man because he's a vigilante and a menace to society.
What about the Avengers?
The Avengers are a part of an organization that can be held accountable. Spider-Man, though, is a menace.
Oh.
I, J. Jonah Jameson, would like to take this opportunity to apologize to all mutants.
Yeah, sorry.
You are valued, you are loved, and you deserve your rights. But Spider-Man...
Yeah, that tracks.
My favorite thing I've learned in college is that way back in ancient China, there was this poet-philosopher guy who wrote this whole pretentious poem about how enlightened he was that was like, "The 8 winds cannot move me, blah blah blah." And he was really proud of it, so he sent it to his friend who lived across the lake, and then his friend sends it back and just writes fart, or the ancient Chinese equivalent, on it. And he was so mad, he travels across the lake to chew his friend out, and when he gets there, his friend says, "Wow, the 8 winds cannot move you, but one fart sends you across the lake.
I know people that if that happened in a modern day setting with a modern day equivalent, like that would be attempted murder, and that is and that would be the proudest way for me to die.
Every time this man kills 100 people, he turns himself into the police. But he's not there to confess. He's just exhausted from all the killing and wants to nap in prison. Once rested, he smashes the cell doors, crushes the guards, and casually walks out to continue his rampage. The police are losing their minds. This killer, Hawk, was supposedly killed 30 years ago by a nuclear explosion. But now he's back, and his new target is the legendary thief, Lupin III. To avoid being hacked to pieces, Lupin and his crew fight back, but Hawk is invincible. His reflexes are so sharp he deflects every bullet with his axe. Realizing they're outmatched, Lupin and his team flee.
Would I like one from up there? I tell you what, I would like the most polite person in the world to do it, absolutely.
We need to talk about Luigi Mangione today for two reasons. The first is that Luigi Mangione has now been charged.
You want to go for 5? You want to up it to 5? Go for 5. Go for 5.
Grace, I just had a realization. No, Grace.
What?
Those things on the bottom of the screen, they denote how many of the level 1 things I have left. What?
I want to be very clear when I say this. Lae'zel is competent. Lae'zel in game, in lore, Lae'zel is competent. In lore, Lae'zel is dutiful. In lore, Lae'zel is analytical. In meme culture, though, she's a fucking herbo, and her voice actor emulates that to a T.
I will never say that violence is the answer. However, when my great-great-great-great-grandfather was killed because he did not join the Confederacy, his wife, we call her Aunt Jenny in my family, because she's kind of iconic. She began writing down their list of names, she began training, and then she began hunting them for sport. And she ended up using one of their skulls as a soap dish in her bathroom. I will never say that violence is the answer.
All way down south in the land of traitors, rattlesnakes and alligators, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. So we sang a chorus from Atlanta to the sea while we were marching to Georgia. How's with my wife and kids? Good, thanks.
You know how hard it is to have the name Sydney? Because every unattractive, weird, or like horrible character's name is Sydney. I can't think of a single Sydney on a show that you like. You know, I'm talking Sid from Toy Story. I'm talking Sid from Ice Age. There's never a hot, good personality Sydney.
I went to school with a chick named Sydney who I thought was rather pretty.
Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons has had several iterations since its creation.
Here's how I make 100 shorts per hour with AI. First, grab any
I not only die, but this is literally counterintuitive. Like, if you post many videos in one day, you never get picked up in the algorithm. There's a reason why, despite me putting out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos a day, there is a deliberate strategy to me doing that. I have them all scheduled meticulously for a reason. Like, you can't just upload 100 fucking days. Wanna know why? Because I knew that, and it torpedoed my fucking algorithm. Fucking jackass.
What happened to the Coke?
There's no Coke in here.
Oh, fuck. Ricardo's gonna kill me. I need this.
I don't know, Bonnie. It's just a little...
If female want respect, why can't I see her?
It's Punxsutawney Phil!
Chihuahua.
Talk just like Donald Trump.
Really? And you're built like Donald Trump.
Sketch is so fucking mean, dude. This just goes to show, if you are genuinely funny and entertaining, like, nobody gives a fuck. As long as the shit that you do isn't like a fucking crime, like, nobody gives a fuck. We are so past the days of, like, motherfuckers doing, like coming out as, like, gay or shit being, like a non-issue. Like, nobody gives a fuck about that shit anymore, bruh. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, Sketch is the fucking goat. I'm sorry.
You got a presidential water when you walk around. Feel like you got
Dog, this man, his fucking love language is bullying.
nuclear launch codes in your pockets
And
right now.
Oh my god! You have to be the worst person to argue with.
You're supposed to coach me through this shit. I don't want a shitty meal either.
Okay, a shitty meal says the guy who doesn't know how to. You don't even know how to season your food.
Really? And you probably don't know how to skateboard either, but I don't bring that up when you walk in, do I? Do a kickflip, fatty.
Yeah, she wants to kick his fucking ass, bro.
Come on. Seriously. I bet you can't even ride a longboard. You probably snap the thing in the middle.
Talk just like.
Bruh, she's so fucking mean, bruh. It's funny as shit.
What we have to realize is that we're Americans. You know, we're deeply selfish.
This scene with Mr. Milchick and the gift he
Have a child, the population's depleting. Yeah, no thanks. Well, how about you buy a house? No one's buying houses anymore. Yeah, we can't. It's too expensive. That's why living with our parents is 10 times cheaper. Well, apply for jobs. That's the reason why you don't have any money. Also did that, have 800 applications out, and no one will hire me. So, what do you want from me? My left kidney at this point? What are you bringing to the American society at this point? Like, what's your generation doing? We bring a lot of memes. Yeah, we're actually like the meme queens, you know? America is depleting as we know it. Do you know that, right? Yes, because us as Americans took a mental health day and realized that if we just boycott you and you don't get what you want, then you'll start doing what we want, you know? What the hell are you talking about right now? See, there's more of us than there are you.
Hey, so I've been noticing that when you are scheduled to leave at 5 p.m., that you are not waiting until 5 p.m. to clock out. Any particular reason for this? Which days are you referring to? There was a couple last week, but also the past 2 days you clocked at 4:59 p.m. and 4:56 p.m. Sorry, I thought that was normal for our industry. At my previous job we would leave even 30 minutes early if we finished all our work for the day. Don't know what kind of company you worked for previously, but unfortunately we don't do that here, so please do not make this a habit. If you are
Buy fentanyl and review it. I'm sorry, I moved out of my bumblefuck ass town in Southern Maryland. I do not live in such a scenario where I need a fentanyl habit. Also, I'm currently in California. Fuck I need that for? Weed's legal here.
My business has grown so much in the past 6 years, all thanks to a friend recommending Shopify.
I don't care. You can't be giving customers that kind of attitude. They ordered 2 Krabby Patties and you should have given them 2 Krabby Patties. I don't understand why we're having this conversation right now. No, but I'm saying that they didn't order 2. They went to the drive-thru booth, ordered 1, then went to the window to pay, and then said they actually wanted 2. It completely backed up our line. We were in a rush right now. I don't care if they messed up, okay? Those were really important customers, and now they're saying they're never going to come back here, and that's going to reflect... With all due respect, we are a fast food restaurant. It really doesn't matter. Any customer... That's it. I don't care. You're written up. Okay, you have this attitude again, you're gonna get suspended or straight up fired. I'm not doing this anymore. Oh my fucking I do not care. Go pick up the phone and then take your 15 and cool down. You know what? Fine. Fuck you. I fucking hate this place. Hello, Wendy's. Put a girl on. I don't care. You can't be giving...
Do y'all remember that shit? I felt so bad for... I avoided Wendy's for like a month and a half for that shit.
Hey, this is going to be a little bit of a messy video. Somebody's talking about me and my patience running a little thin for that these days. So here's the video in question.
I personally don't think there's anything funny about saying a white person can say the N-word. I don't give a damn if Bernie Sanders was at the Last Supper and marched with the Black Jesus to the cross. I don't...
I'm not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole. All I'm going to say is Christian Divine is Fine, y'all are just weird.
I feel like one thing they don't.
3, 2.
I literally don't care at all about Marvel Rivals unless Jeff is on screen. I'm sorry. I'm a Jeff simp. He's the only reason I downloaded that game. I played 10, 15 games of it as Jeff, and then I got my fill, and I'm probably never going to download it again.
I want to speak directly to Americans, our closest friends and neighbors.
I already know what he's about to say. The actions of our government are going to fuck us over economically. This is going to screw over Canadians. This is going to screw over Americans. Americans are going to suffer because of this, because of the actions and ego of a dipshit in power. I don't need Castro's illegitimate son to tell me that. Please.
Honestly, no notes to that one girl who started dating a guy and then she bought a wedding dress online because it was like $100. Not because of the guy or anything, but just because it was like, it's an $100 wedding dress. The education.
Well, in America, we believe in free.
Hi, here's which Pokemon gym leaders can say the bad word for gay. If I said no to this, a Sophic army would have my IP address on a billboard within the hour. No, to me, he's like that high school coach that had a vendetta against the Cookie Monster PJ's girl that walked the mile. And say what you want about that girl, but she does not play around about her gay friends. Both children, so no, but I can pretty confidently say that this is
Violence.
I want you to turn around. They're Capitol Police are not your fault.
You're right. It's not my fault.
It's your fault. Your Apple Watch came from China. The iPhone that you have paired to that Apple Watch that you're using to film this review.
Latinos for Trump, when he removes birthright citizenship and enacts deportation, mass deportation, I hope you know this is what you wanted, to the blacks for Trump, when he gives police full immunity.
Oh, Johnny, did you miss me when the nights were long?
If you've ever stared at your resume... What are some...
Free head. One time, I'm out there with you. Trent, do you have one? You don't have to. You got one? Clarice Rinaldi, Queen of Genovia.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, that's my favorite one too. The Princess Diary, I did an entire video essay breaking down where Genovia would be in real life. Definitely go watch it. But yeah, I love The Princess Diaries. I'm actually kind of excited that they're making a third.
Alright, here we go. You ready? Celtics, Nuggets, Warriors, Bucks.
Come on down to McDonald's this holiday season to get a Mick-ass whooping. Because apparently, you can't mind your Mick-fucking business.
I knew she looked familiar.
My name is Caroline Levitz, and I am a former political appointee in the Donald J. Trump administration, where I served in the White House press office as an assistant press secretary. So, yes, it's true. You can learn a...
Alright guys, I got A, don't worry.
Good luck.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
God damn.
Okay, alright, I got A. What the
See ya, suckers. Bye. No, it's no. God will handle it. We need more light.
So this is how Liberty dies. With thunderous applause.
So I have many types of people that I know. I have many types of women I like, and the type of women that cannot fucking stand men under any fucking circumstances except me is one of them. Now, granted, I don't want to be in that relationship dynamic again because I was in that bitch for 4 years, and I don't think I have it in me. But I still find this unbelievably hilarious.
Did we just fall off? What the fuck? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, that was almost it. What the fuck just happened? Go to camp immediately, dude. Don't do anything. What the fuck? Did we just fall
Gotta
off?
love that jank, man.
If someone calls you fat, ignore them. Do you know why? Because you're bigger than that.
Yo, it's Nate.
I miss the days when, no matter how slow your internet was, if you paused any video and let it buffer long enough, you could watch it uninterrupted. Pause. If you use Firefox, you can go to the about.config page, search for media source enabled, and double-click on it to set it to false. After you restart Firefox, all YouTube videos will load entirely, even when paused. This also
Media source enabled. Media source enabled. Fuck it. Nothing but some bullshit. Tragic.
Trump's batshit agenda, his corrupt cabinet, failed.
If you spent our entire life savings on a bunny farm and forgot to buy any bunnies.
But dear,
I mean, what did you think? Rabbits were just gonna fall out of the sky?
Looks like somebody owes me an apology.
Touche. I can't believe you sold our lucrative bunny farm and bought a van rental place. And you didn't buy a single van. Not one word. You know you should have been setting aside a portion of your profits over the years with the understanding that that money would be used to upgrade your investment. What did you think? A shiny new miniature golf course would just fall out of the sky?
You'd be surprised what falls out of the sky in Danville.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck 'em. Fuck.
You fucked up. You fucked up, and I'm here to tell you why, okay? I did not fucking download this app to do this shit, but I can't.
Day 99 of making my infinity.
Why your face so ugly?
Okay, my one piece of advice. I've seen people be like, yeah, I love Naruto, but like, I can't get that feeling elsewhere. And I get that. Naruto is weirdly specific. Yeah. Where it's like right between JJK and My Hero in terms of edginess. 7 out of 10 characters are scary as
Oh, absolutely.
Kankuro, scary. Gar's first sand coffin. Juice is a man. Everyone's power has like an edge to it. With My Hero, even though the powers are really like creative and cool, with Naruto, there's an understanding that everyone is going to use their power to be an assassin. I've seen people be like, yeah,
Sydney from Scream is awesome. Neve Campbell forever. Fair. I'm gonna be so honest. There was one time in my life where I knew one of my friends was cheating. This hoe took me on a fucking date as a third wheel with her side piece. Now, granted, this hoe's married now. I love her to death. She's married now, and you know they're happily married, and everything's all great. But like, this was back in her like the bad days, and I told her like, listen, because here's the thing, I know who she is. If this was one of my guy friends, like, I'd read him the riot act, and then I'd tell his partner. Her, first of all, I hated the bitch she was dating. I hated her so much. She was such a terrible. I just did not like her. Now, granted, my best friend, and I can't change that. So I just told her, listen, you can talk to me about whatever you want. I'm your confidant. Please do not take me with you as an accomplice when you're gonna do fuckboy shit. To her credit, she held to it. But, man, I feel like if I had a friend who was dating somebody who I very well liked, and he was cheating on her, I would crash the fuck out. Because, like, none of my guy friends are built like my homegirl is. So I feel like me crashing out on them is different. Maybe I'm a hypocrite. Who fucking knows?
Well, folks, it's about that time, and I got tagging this one today. It says, if you had to survive a night in an abandoned city with one of these predatory creatures, which would you pick? People, we know off rip that the death angels are never an option. Boy, I already said a long time ago, if I ever get transported to a quiet place universe, just send me to the king. Boy, I'm not trying to live in...
How about the fellow right there in the second row? Yeah.
Listen, but we don't judge. I don't like how you irritating him. That's why he don't talk. Because every time you just be all in his face, just be irritating him. Fuck it! God damn it, man! Man, fuck it! Fuck the challenge, dog. Fuck it. Forget it. You get a tongue. You lose your tongue. Damn, man. Listen, we don't. Listen, but we don't.
My favorite thing I've learned in college is that way back in ancient China, there was this poet, philosopher guy who...
This is Bob. Bob loves his personal space. This is Larry. Larry also loves Bob's personal space.
That tracks.
I think the only thing better than attending your own funeral is knowing that you're going to wake up alive the next morning. I'd like to play for myself.
This is a hidden immunity app. Any votes cast for Rachel will not count. It's over! Rachel has won her third individual immunity.
I'm bored. Here's what your Spotify Wrapped artist says about you. Jerk off before you go on dates. I'm really disappointed in you.
I don't have Sabrina Carpenter as my most listened to. Believe it or not, last year was T-Pain. That on top of the Covers album hit. Don't do that. What? Don't jerk off on date? I take Zoloft. I need to do it before I go on a date. So when we start bumping uglies, I don't have a heart attack. I need to, because the Nitrogen multiplies my libido by 3, and I need to get rid of some of it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a heart attack trying to finish. Because my heart will give out before my dick does.
It's just so my.
Honestly, no notes to that one girl who's.
I heard you're not gonna be able to run with us today. That true?
No, fuck that! On everything, y'all got me fucked up! On my mama, y'all got me fucked up! No, fuck that! On everything, y'all got me fucked up! On my.
We need to talk about Luigi Mangione today for two reasons. The first is that Luigi Mangione has now been charged with first-degree in furtherance of terrorism.
Listening to Childish Gambino until he says something about Asian women. Again, filthy beat. That white man, that long-haired white man.
I'm on my ballin' each and every day. Asian girls everywhere.
On here, which. On here.
I regret absolutely nothing, except the fact that when I swapped the scenes to try and hide the fact that I was looking at that, I didn't do it on the vertical one, and I fucked it up. God damn it. Fine, I'm horny on me. I have no fucking regrets. Fuck you.
Hey, Javon. Just saw your new video. Loved it.
I'm gonna give you the popsicle key.
No, you bet.
I am now realizing, Amanda, that you are not watching the live, like, as things are happening, so I'm getting commentary from your, like your comments from, 20 minutes ago. And so I'm like, wait, what the fuck is she talking? I'm like, oh no, she's watching the VOD right now, and she's not caught up, and I'm getting it in real time.
One thing I hate about media, especially Western media, is the obsession with infidelity, especially with making female character leads and characters commit infidelity. And more often,
I made a TikTok about this. I think either it was this year or last year, and it went viral. And I was talking about the female fantasy in movies is just cheating, because I said that I was watching all these romance movies, especially The Notebook. Oh my gosh, women love The Notebook, and like I said before, The Notebook is a horror story. Who thinks that's romantic? You know, I really would have liked The Notebook if they just changed one simple aspect of the film, right? If the main character wasn't married.
It's a festival time, y'all.
My favorite thing is that Europe is spooky because it's old, and America is spooky because it's big. The difference between America and England is that Americans think 100 years is a long time, while the English think 100 miles is a long way. Earl.
Yep, that's essentially it. When the entirety of the UK can fit into most states in the lower 48.
By the hell of a guy.
You want to do a questionnaire?
Get these duet ads off my phone! Fix my phone! I'm not downloading it. You can't make me. Take me down into your paradise. Get these
Props to anyone who tries to be fashionable in Ireland. I wore a red beret once in Waterford, and someone called me Super Mario, was wearing a vintage Nike jacket in a very long queue for drinks at a boxing match when a Belfast lad goes, "Fuck me, this is taking forever. Your man has been here since the 80s. I once wore a silver jacket to college, turned up late for class, said sorry I'm late. Lecturer said, that's okay, then waited till I was halfway across the front of the full class before following up with,
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, 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 oh my god, Gunnar, you're a legend!
Hi, I'm Johnny, and I live in Rapture. Honestly, when I first came here, it was just for the tax break. But looking back now, I regret that. Who would have thought that injecting crazy substances that give you powers would have led to this? Not me.
Do you date men? Why?
And when you realize you don't have an answer to that question, but still want to pursue dating men, you should realize the correlation between nonchalance and toxicity. Let's get into it. If you date gay men, and yes, this includes closet queens, and unfortunately, ladies, many of your... Need I say more? And if you're still in denial, then you can listen in secret. Gay men who are the most chalant are indeed the most toxic. Meaning, gay men who are nonchalant are the least toxic. The more chalant he has, the more toxic. Frank Ocean, Billy Porter, Anderson Cooper, Andy Cohen, Tyler Perry. If you date straight men, the more...
No, yeah, like the first time, I have found that the newly found hatred, not newly, but like the hatred of men that I gained, from my last relationship, turning me into a full-blown misandrist, has done wonders for me being able to date women and get laid. Not just because, you know, all women hate men, but because I may not be able to fully understand, but I am at least more aware than the average smooth-brained man exactly like what women have to go through. And I see the horror shows both on TikTok and from my ex. So, no, straight women don't like men because it's a choice. If it was, most women would be gay. And then I think even after dealing with lesbians, most women would probably be ace. Or at least say romantic. I don't fucking know.
Chalant he is, the least toxic he is. The more nonchalant, the more toxic. Straight chalant, non-toxic. Straight nonchalant, toxic. We have a straight line. Jim Carrey, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Black, Brad Pitt, Terry Crews, Dave Chappelle, Will Smith, Dennis Rodman, LeBron, Tristan Thompson, Kevin Gates, Brent Faiyaz. Nonchalant straight man cannot be non-toxic. Gay chalant man cannot be non-toxic. This will save you years of stress and heartbreak. And this intersection right here, bisexual men. Understand that.
I know a bi dude that this wouldn't apply to, but then again, he's one of those folks that you wouldn't be able to clock as bisexual if you were paid mine.
I'm gonna be a water type. I already told you no. Oh, come on! You could.
Shut up.
Wait, Elon has another body? How many does he need?
I know, but this one's kind of hot. It's from the post-summer 21-24 collection. Heat resistant.
Jealous.
Thank Bezos, you guys are open!
We were closed the last 2 weeks. We were rebuilding after the Goldman Sachs water barrier leak.
I had no idea I was up on Mars. Actually,
one thing I've noticed while running an online shop is that Americans never include their country when writing their address. I don't mean when filling in online forms, because that's obviously a required element. But when emailing me for address changes for orders, they never include a country in the updated address. But I always know the country is the United States of America because literally nobody else around the world would do that. Seriously, why would you include it, though? It's extraneous information, like, of course, it's the U.S. There are 195 countries in the world. But we also always have to include our states, which, if you get confused what country California is in, that's kind of on you. If you get confused what country Hessen is in, that's kind of on you.
Ah, joke's on you. Hessen is in Germany. Fuck off.
If you get confused what country Karnataka is in, and that's...
what? Can you give me 1 second, please?
Yes, of course.
Of course, thank you. I didn't actually think you meant literally.
Well, no, I said cold hard cash.
Fair. I don't know if we can't accept it.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately not.
How much?
I love her nail.
How much is this?
Oh my God, there was a plane crash in Washington, D.C. 6
No, don't go to Australia, Amanda. No, don't go to Australia. Don't go to Australia. Australia is just bigger Florida. It's just bigger Florida. Don't. Just go to the Northeast. Or Alaska. Alaska's good. Don't go to Australia. Or, better yet, Ireland. I.
67 people involved. That's...
I just made this girl The only context I will give to this video is that I live in New York. Remember in the second Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire? It was the elevated train scene. And he stopped that train just like by himself, you know, with the the web shooters out of both hands, yeah. He saved all those people, and then he passed out, right? And then the people caught him, and they passed him back to the back of the train car, like in the most dramatic fashion. His mask was off, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's what he looks like. He's just a kid." And then Peter woke up, and he's surrounded by all these people, and obviously he's like, "Oh fucking shit, see my face." They give him his mask back, and this little kid is like, "We won't tell nobody."
That's New York.
I don't play World of Warcraft.
Butters, you said you're on your computer all the time.
Yeah, but I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. I don't play World of Warcraft.
I got a controversial opinion on trans women.
Please don't freak out.
And you know who else picked us to finish?
Trans girls are...
It only took 4 days. That's all it took for J.D. Vance and the Trump administration to find
A couch that JD Vance hasn't fucked yet?
Under no circumstances can we put America's homosexuals in danger.
But homosexual...
What are some of the most moral... Now I'm trophied up, I'm saying like, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skits I'm on, you wouldn't...
It's actually dope.
I don't care. You can't be giving customers that kind of attitude. They ordered 2 Krabby Patties, and you should have given them 2 Krabby Patties. I don't understand what we're having.
I think the plot of Aether Drift is one of the most relatable.
This is queen shit.
If you travel, you're gonna need one of these hoodies because they are designed specifically for traveling. Like I'm
Hi Noel, Jenny has resigned so we need to cancel your leave next week. All hands on deck while we try to replace her. We can push back a few months. I've advised HR it's now changed for you. I appreciate your understanding. Hi Nick, sorry to hear. I totally appreciate how frustrating this would be to management. But what do you mean you already told HR my leave has changed? Unfortunately, I can't cancel my leave as it's my brother's wedding in Bali. All flights are paid for and my kids are in the wedding party. I did book this in 7 months ago, so canceling isn't an option. I can help out more until I leave if that helps, but I can't change my leave dates. I'm going to have to ask that you reduce your leave then to fly in fly out and take 3 days over the weekend then instead of the 3 weeks. Not sure what you can do for 3 weeks in Bali, haha. You expect me to pay for an 8-hour flight, be there for a day, and then leave my family to fly back because you couldn't be bothered to find a couple temps? I'm not doing that. It's also no one's business how I spend my leave. You have me until I leave, so I can help out till then. Mate, can't stress enough, your leave is cancelled, we just can't do it. I'm sorry, this conversation ends here. In that case, I actually don't want to come back to work now. I'm quite shocked at this email. I'm going to take my leave earlier and will start from today. While away I will think about if working with a company that doesn't promote boundaries is a place I really want to work at. I'm also sending this as an email to Aaron and HR as it's totally unreasonable. Mate, are you having a laugh? You can't just not come into work, especially at a time like this. What do you expect us to do? Maybe start with trying not to provoke your employees while you're short-staffed. Hi Noel, Jenny has resigned so we need to cancel.
Damn, Skippy.
If you got a crush on me, let me know. Before I spend my Valentine's Day money at the liquor store. If you got a...
Yeah, your man be calling me George because I got that W Bush. And also because I be ramming my...
Someone's a forehead reveal.
Yo, well, I've got a dream too. But it's about singing and dancing and making people happy. That's the kind of dream that gets better the more people you share it with.
Morning.
Why? I hope this message finds you well.
Sorry,
I
I'm
want
a
to
sucker
inform
for redheads with fat
you
asses.
that I have arranged for someone else to take your place in the apartment, and a new lease will be.
When you arguing with somebody and
The joke has become a reality. What is this timeline that we are currently in? Yes, you are reading that correctly. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. The joke from that episode is real, and it is just straight up Animal Crossing. Listen, I'm not even mad at this at all. This is hilarious in a whole bunch of different ways. The fact that this is on the PC, one, you know, if Nintendo is not going to put an Animal Crossing game or any other games on PC, fuck it. Hello Kitty it. Sure. Yeah. And two, I literally saw that this had released.
So you found. Also, and I'm not going to hold your hand when I say this because I kind of don't want to touch you, all billionaires are bad people. Even your favorite musical artists.
Yeah, that's why the dipshit new head of the DNC said that there's good billionaires and is not going to fight against them.
The highlighted area is where Jason Derulo knows what the girls want. London to Taiwan, New York to Haiti. Greenland is right out. No offense, but New York to Haiti should be measured as the area between the two latitudes, not the longitudes. This graph is incorrect and vastly underestimates the total region of the Earth in which Jason Derulo knows what the...
What brings you by?
Your son-in-law dropped in to see me.
Oh, y'all know each other?
We do.
Small world.
It did not go your way.
No?
No.
Well, you can't blame a gal for trying.
Actually, I can.
Oh, come on. There must be some criminals out there that you could be focused on, not some old granny with slot machines. Go out there and harass somebody who actually deserves it.
You done?
Yes, I think I am.
My turn. You are a criminal. And I can treat you however the hell I want because I own your tired old ass.
Yes, ma'am.
To be clear, what are you?
A criminal.
And what do I own?
My tired old ass.
I'm gonna come back in a couple of days. This room better be spick and span.
It will be, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, say hi to George for me.
Hey, Coon. What did you say to her?
Just what a great grandma you are, and what a great great grandma you are.
Well, you made it worse.
I'm sorry, I did my best.
Well,
So now
big guns.
I just found out that apparently a lemon isn't naturally occurring.
That's cute.
Mark, I'm not going to keep repeating myself.
Dog, TikTok keeps showing me ideas and shit that would fucking kill if I was in a relationship, but I ain't. And you know what? That's probably for the best.
To you.
Teams starting today. No one is a
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., you boiled on high-looking mother... This is what I was talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Hi, here's which Pokemon gym leaders...
I miss the days when...
I want to speak directly.
That's wild.
Your next statement is about Dungeons
Like, imagine
and
not being
Dragons.
able to do this.
Dungeons and Dragons
Or
has had
this.
several iterations since its creation in the 70s. It includes the first version of the game, fittingly called...
the fuck is your...
If your TikTok videos are still stuck at...
Somebody once told me...
What?
the bad guy in Hallmark movie.
Your superpower is that you can conjure anything in your palm provided it only costs $1 or less. You have been relentlessly mocked for having such a useless power until you realize just how useful it can be. How do you determine the worth of something? Sitting outside on the field by myself, I was tinkering with my superpower that was just gifted to me, as was the case for all those who had reached a certain...
I'm single, but at work, I'm married and I got a bunch of kids. I do not care because I've noticed working in the corporate world that people who are married and have a family usually get better privileges than someone who is a single person who doesn't have any kids.
I think we need some clarity here because you don't want to come to work as a parent with children. You want to come to work as a father because what we know is that fathers are treated more favorably at work. Not just more favorably than mothers, but more favorably than everybody.
I'm about to say that wherever the fuck I land, I'm going to say like, oh, my family's back east and I'm sending money. So I help them, living in a tiny apartment, just sending as much money as I can back to, my wife's sick. I'm be fucking. Yo, fucking menace, bro. I'm gonna be like, I believe you can lie as much as you want to get a job, and I will lie my teeth off to get those fucking privileges and pay, brother.
So Trump's now placing blanket 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico and 10% on China, though Trump has a carve-out to only tariff Canadian oil by 10%, and we need to talk about it. Because Trump...
I still can't believe we're tariffing our closest allies more than our biggest geopolitical rival.
Again. So there's a video going around where a woman decided to break into her boyfriend's phone after she put him to sleep, mind you, and call his wife and pretty much ask her what their relationship status was. Like, are y'all still like together? Has a divorce been filed or anything like that? Because he over here telling me like he's not with you for real, like he's finna leave you and stuff like that. So the wife was like, oh, for real? Like, we've been married, like this is my husband. And she's like, well, he not at home, he over here with me. Just completely being rude and insensitive to that woman. Like, this was her husband, but she gonna get what she wanted, which is that man, right? So part 2 has come out now, and in part 2, she got 2 garbage bags, y'all, just 2. Like, she didn't pack up all of Buddy's stuff. She got 2 garbage bags, and she came to that woman's house and dropped it off and said, no, he can stay here with you. No, this your man now. No, I don't want to hear that. You don't want him now, You decided to call my phone. You wanted some attention so bad. You wanted to know what our relationship status was, right? The only reason why she wanted to know what their relationship status was because she was, you know, trying to see if she was going to move forward with that man. And
No. Again?
Senator Foley, they can't flood the labor force if they're already part of the labor force.
13 million people you want to dump into the labor force.
Or will dry labor illegally. They're here, taking jobs from American citizens. They sound, so here's your plan. So just if you're one.
So I watched all of Ethan Klein's content, Nuke, about Hassan, and it is nearly 2 hours of McCarthyist drivel spewed by a man with seemingly an increasingly loose grip on reality.
You know what? Let's. God, am I really going to do this shit tomorrow? Oh God, I might watch. I might react to fucking Ethan's content nuke on his side. I might do that for fuck. I might make a fucking react video on that tomorrow. Fuck me.
Very, very.
What if those who get lost in the Bermuda Triangle are time traveling?
What if?
What if those who get lost in the Bermuda Triangle are time traveling?
What if? Yeah.
Marketing teams, what's the one thing missing from your future? A unit.
Employment, because all these fucking companies are going to try and use AI instead.
But tell me, what are some of those red flags? They have strong values.
This clip that they're playing here, this shit, I've seen this. It makes me so happy.
I'm Republican.
Conservative, yeah.
Conservative values, Christian values, very important.
Okay.
Damn, they popped in unison, bro. You know what? It's because, hi, I'm a Christian conservative Republican is basically coded for I'm an abuser. And yes, I understand.
Yeah.
What's your I came looking for copper but found gold moment? I was 13 and I was walking through a park when I saw a kid my age playing football by himself. He looked really sad, kicking the ball far ahead and running to it pretending he had friends to play with. So I decided to go over and play with him to try cheer him up. I walked up to him and asked if I could join him, and I saw his eyes just like,
hey Neil, how you doing?
You really want to play with me? I told him
Liam,
yes,
I mean, my apologies.
In devastating news, Keemstar, popular.
Guys, I don't care.
And that's exactly why I despise
How you doing, Neil? Liam Neil.
Godly about you, Lord Beerus.
Liam Neil.
You're no different than all of these.
Neil.
Is putting us in a shitter the exact same way that the government is, but there's been this consistent observation on my mind that I've been trying.
Blue Chew?
Should I kill myself or have a cup of coffee?
Yeah, that tracks.
I think a big reason a lot of people don't like to play tank is that of the 3 roles, tank is the hardest to fake being good at. I have said before that the scoreboard is not the end-all be-all of whether or not you had a good game.
So I'm going to use, I know that he's talking about Marvel Rivals here, but I'm going to use this as a springboard to talk about the Trinity in general. Trinity being healer, tank, DPS. I have a collective almost, I have about 5,500 hours in the Elder Scrolls Online. I have played every single aspect of that game through the vein of my class, the Nightblade. I have played the healer, I have played the tank, I have played the DPS. I have played all 3 of these roles as a Nightblade within at low, medium, high, and very high skill ranking. I have completed veteran trials as a healer. I have completed veteran trials as a DPS. I have completed veteran trials as a tank. Now, when I say that tanking is a very specific mindset, healing is a very specific mindset, DPS is a very specific mindset. When it comes to MMOs, usually the tank is the most difficult. It is the most important. If a tank slips up at all, it's a wipe. It might not be. You know, you might be able to save it. I have been able to save it. I've seen much more skilled tanks be able to save it. The problem is that fundamentally tanks are routinely a fraction, or sometimes even a fraction of a percent of the player base. And tanks, fundamentally, at the end of the day, are critical to these types of games being able to be effective. Now, I say all that to say that this guy's right. You cannot fake being good at a tank. Even in the Elder Scrolls Online, which, you know, as long as you know how to build towards a tank, or, you know what you're supposed to be doing, you can tank most things. Ultimately, the tank still has other responsibilities besides eating damage. It's also buffing the team in certain ways. Now, granted, if you're a competent, comp group, it's the DPSers and the healers that are contributing more, buffs. But, fundamentally, you can fuck up as a DPS. It's okay. You can even fuck up as a healer. Like, they will immediately res you and give me up. Shit like that, and you can usually blame the DPSers for that, even though the DPSers will blame you for them dying in the first place. But if the tank fucks up, you're done. This is a big reason why it's so hard to get new tanks, because people don't really want to sit through with a new tank trying to figure it out. They expect the tank to already be fucking going. The tank is usually the person who knows the most about the run, who knows the most about the game, who's usually the most experienced, and that isn't always going to be the fucking case. I don't fucking know the mechanic for every single dungeon in the Elder Scrolls Online. I would bet you, as a person who plays WoW or Final Fantasy XIV, unless you're a sweat lord, don't know what the mechanics are for every dungeon. Now, I know the mechanics for a lot of fucking dungeons, because I was a sweat lord in a past life, but there needs to be, I think, fundamentally justice for tank and healers, for support in general, because plenty of DPSers will blame the tank and the healers for not doing their job, when in reality, in a lot of these team comps, the healer and the tank are usually swamped with responsibility of keeping the team alive. Of the healer is to keep the tank is keeping the boss occupied, the healer is keeping the tank alive, and the DPS have to do all the mechanics, but they don't normally do that. For some fucking reason, at least in the ESO community, people have thought that, the healer needs to go do the mechanics. Fuck off! You've got it. I don't know how y'all got it this twisted, but what the fuck are you saying?
Well, I guess I better get out of your way. I'm sure you've got a busy day of boxing lessons ahead.
Another go.
What you doing today?
Oh, I just bought it.
You finna sell it?
Nah, I just got it today. I'm finna play it.
Why you walking around with
I just got out the car.
Hold on, I got your key. Hold on. You got a brand new PS5 in the box?
Nah, bro, I just bought it myself.
We got a deal. Why I can't buy that bitch?
Nah, bro. Shit, bro. Bro, hey, chill out. Hey, it's a camera. It's a camera across. It's a camera across the street, bro.
Say, cuz.
What up?
Where the hell you from?
I'm from around here, bro.
You trying?
It turns out that aiding immigrants from ICE is a felony, and I've decided that I'm just trying to be more presidential.
What's up, y'all? It's Miles Turner here, professional basketball player.
You think you can do better? Oh yeah, come out here and do it then. Hey, easy, buff. No. That's okay. Sam's right. There ain't nothing going on out here on this field that I can do better than any of y'all. Unless you break into a game of...
A customer left me a note asking why the evil cat blamed...
I think we're gonna kill both of you.
The FBI pretending to be me is absurd.
Words. No proof.
You want proof? He's wired. Gentlemen, I never wear cufflinks. Lost the signal.
Go! Breach now!
But I suspect the FBI is on its way because of you. So now we're all in a bit of a hurry.
I'm gonna kill you, you know.
You are right, Marcus. I am my informant.
Fastest way through the roof is this express elevator.
We're not going up, Dimitri. We're taking the service elevator down to the garage.
Who are the choppers for?
I chose SNHU because it's a...
All right, we got to do it. All-time favorite Julie Andrews character.
What's the point of having matches if you need a lighter to light them? What? What's the point of...
I can't even judge him because I've done dumbass shit like this.
What my problem with religion is? Man. Like anything that has the potential to be beautiful, man will turn it into something ugly. For every saint, there are 2 million sinners.
Which are you?
Like you, I'm a sinner. An envious one, I might add, as my transgressions are not nearly as divine as the ones you've been guilty of during the years you've been associated with the Vatican Bank.
I'm afraid you were misinformed. I did work with the bank to bring an end to an unfortunate era of waste and corruption.
Today we're going to be making an outfit.
So my dad posted this on Blue Sky, and a lot of the comments were asking for the recipe, and my parents sent me a video of the recipe.
I know how bad.
So my dad.
I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Now payback is a bad bitch. I know how bad.
My brother used my spare key to sabotage my business at 2 a.m. and then started harassing my wife. Parents blamed my wife until security footage exposed everything.
God, women are so fucking amazing. Oh, God. Hold on. I need to pull up Joe Cat's fucking video so you guys can understand what I mean when I say women are perfect.
Sad that there's no muscly girls in here. Well, I mean, yeah, but, you know, sure, I like to joke around and talk about how, oh, I'm strong women all the time, but that's not the only girls I like. I like big girls, pretty kitty girls, really witty girls, singing ditty girls. I like the leggy girls with the nice thighs. I like a good chest, no matter what size. I like the belly folds, I like the six packs, really tall queens, and the short stacks. From the mild girls to the wild girls. You got style, girls, make them round, girls. Yeah, I just really like girls.
Me too, Joe Cat. Me too.
I knew she looked familiar.
My name is Caroline.
This is Victorian gruel.
Bye.
If you own a small business, this will make your life.
One of the things I like to remember is that I have no idea how anything works.
Looking out the window. So I'm dropping DoorDash, and you collecting from Rent-A-Center, and I'm supposed to hand it to them. I'm just recording, not you, just me, I promise. So what the fuck I'm supposed to do now? Man, go somewhere for a minute. Let me drop this food. Man, I can't, bro. I wish I could. Looking out the window. So I'm dropping DoorDash.
Yeah.
I don't care.
The more stuff that keeps coming out about the Luka Doncic trade, the more I am confirmed that
I know you think you're having a party, but you can forget about it.
Oh.
This isn't for me. It's too late for my childhood, but it's not too late for his.
I worked 10 hours! All I want is great stuff! Can you fucking try?
A little excessive.
I'm fucking starving, Liz! What did you eat today? I ate nothing! Nothing! I worked!
Oh, she's so happy with this.
No, because if you are willing to cut off family, friends, anybody in your own personal life whose views don't perfectly align with
Hey, listen, I got some retarded ass friends with some retarded ass political opinions. All of them still vote for Kamala. Just saying.
Ever since I was a...
What?
Emma, you look terrible.
My friend over there thinks you're cute. She falls. My friend over there thinks.
That's awesome.
I don't know what it is, but out of every game store that I've seen, heard, or read about, GameStop just gets some of the worst customers ever.
I know what it is, and just warning, don't eat while watching this, because I'm going to tell you a story time of the worst customer I ever had.
I'm not putting you through that because I don't want to
What's
be.
he doing here?
Meemaw's letting me organize everything.
You're farming out your community service to my son?
How about thanks for getting him to the church?
Come on, Sheldon, we're going.
British food is so bad that only a black woman can fix it, because what even is this? This is the only beans on toast that's worth eating.
We put bacon and seasoning on top of a nice, thick slice of sourdough bread. God bless this woman. Mm. Oh God, I love God, fucking black women are amazing, dude. I love them so much.
Make it.
Okay. I'm British.
Oh,
And then I add some onion, bell pepper, and garlic. Then I add my smoked neck bones and our washed red beans.
oh, even better than I thought.
Really well with a lot of Cajun spice.
Cajun seasoning. Let's
Could be too
fucking go.
spicy.
Oh, it's absolutely gonna be too spicy. Like, what I consider too spicy would kill an Englishman.
Yeah, it needs a new head gasket. Alright, I'll order one.
This dude made generational wealth at 21 years old.
What's the opposite of Riz? It happened again. I went to a party, and this girl was trying to, like, sexy, like, lip sync to me, and I just couldn't.
Are you just trying to destroy this car? Nah, I'm sending this to Khan.
Guys, if I tell you how much I've
We've got you.
Just dive in.
Hi, here's a list of which Pokemon.
Everything you want.
I mean, if you want me to shut up, you could get over here and give me a kiss. Okay, listen. I work tomorrow, so I cannot drive 7 hours to give you a kiss, or else I would definitely heavily consider it. But also, I still have a throat infection, so that's probably not a good idea. Okay, aside from the throat infection, why do you like me?
I even need to say it.
Fucking hell.
Say these are very exciting times. They are.
I'm Matt Alanis.
Alright, that was actually badass.
He told me he'd give me extra credit once I walk on water. He told me he'd...
If you was in the Squid Game, how would you win? Simple, easy. First game she come out and she saying, Pokemon say, hey, what's up, my nigga? Or whatever the hell she say, right? Red light, green light. I'm gonna be nice for that one. I'm gonna stand in front of everybody and we're gonna form a line. All I need you to do is get your beautiful, tiny Asian ass right behind me and we're gonna get across this finish line. Second one, honeycomb or the cookie game. Who?
Chocolate, cinnamon, rum, tonka bean. We are dealing with one of the best fall fragrances.
Why? This is an accurate depiction of me trying to clean spaces I live in. That's not Shayla.
We hired this Gen Z kid at work, and he comes in the other day, and he's wearing a t-shirt. And the t-shirt's a possum, it's got dragon wings, and it's shooting fire at a taco. And at the bottom, it says, "Aw, tism." Graphic t-shirts go against our office policy, per the dress code. And yet, nobody said a goddamn thing to him. In fact, my boss walked right past him, said, "Hey kid, that shirt's the Riz," and then tried to give
Your grandmother gives us her review of this show.
So you are going to make...
Jamel, would you like to introduce your character?
Hey, come here.
Yeah.
You get my socks off me in the next 30 seconds. I'll give you whatever you want to me.
Whatever I want.
Whatever you want. Hey, come here.
Stop wasting time on manual reporting. Zapier instantly
So many girls hitting my DMs talking about, "You're so pretty, bitch, come put your pussy on this I can't even say it.
That's on God.
This guy looks like he sells Apple products.
Turn the camera around. Turn it around.
This guy looks like he...
Talking about him right there in the green suit.
Yeah, but Miss Shane, there is perhaps, I don't know, maybe 1, 2, perhaps maybe 20 people in this courtroom that fits that description. Your Honor, if the witness cannot identify who she saw, I move for this case to be dismissed.
I'm not the hero the world wants, and I'm not the hero the world needs, but I am the hero that the world gets.
Oh, darling, you are in for a surprise.
Are people still drinking protein?
My second...
So I just got a new studio and
As British Columbians and as Canadians, we'll stand strong and united in the face of this unprecedented attack. This is not a...
You burned my house to the ground! My family's dead! What do I do? Find you, motherfucker!
Under the law. So what did he do? He investigated. Please excuse my drip of sarcasm, but...
I want to be blonde, and I just box dyed my hair. I want to be...
I've said this once and I'll say it again. Black women on this app are the reason I know how to take care of my...
Meet
Y'all don't want to hear me, you just...
It's called company loyalty. You gotta work for one company your entire life. And if you work really, really hard and with a little bit of luck, you'll die before they force you to retire. The owner of my company is a billionaire, and he gives us a pizza party like once a month.
Did you know that our food system is basically designed to be
It's a quarter after one. I'm and I need you now. I need that food in my mouth, bruh. I need it like a dying man needs water.
Hi, Miss Jenkins. So that's why the copier needed 3 refills of ink that day. Hi, Miss Jenkins. So that's why the copier needed 3 refills of ink that day. You know what? It surprises me how many teachers.
Y'all, people get so mad when you're over 25 as a woman and you still have something to live for. They want you to pump out kids at 22, pump out their kids at 22, and then once you turn 25, they want to take you out back and put you down like a cow.
Shroud and Box are teaming up.
Some of your tattoos are going away.
Yeah, I've been burning them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're almost gone.
Is it painful?
Why?
It's horrible.
It is, right?
Oh, it's worse.
Worse than getting them.
Well, they got to burn off a layer of your skin, and then it has to heal for like 6 to 8 weeks, and you can't get in the sunlight, and then you got to do it like 12 more times. Yeah. So really think about that Game of Thrones tattoo you're thinking of getting.
Hey, you think you can get me a beer?
Yeah, I'll go get you one. What do you want?
Blue Moon would be fine.
Alright, I'll go grab it.
Normally, she's just mean to me.
Oh no, my shirt got dirty. Looks like I'm gonna have to change.
Let's go on a 7.
And being single and not having kids so differently, I genuinely, and I do try not to be judgmental, and I try to see things as cultural, but as someone born in Southern California, having kids and being married in your 20s, that's embarrassing. I think that's embarrassing. I see that as you just didn't have anything else going on. Like, what do you mean?
Not possibly agree with the video more. Whenever I see people who are having children, like at like 19 through like 25, and they claim that it was voluntary, me, what it says, and listen,
I don't believe it was voluntary.
is exactly what she says. It's you didn't really have anything else going on, so you were like, listen, I'm just going to be a parent because then, I actually have, things to do. I see too many girls and guys do this that like directly after they graduate high school, like they couldn't really fathom going to college, or they couldn't picture themselves in the real world, so they purposely have a child because they're like, oh, I'm a mother, I'm a parent now, so, that's my new responsibility. It's like, I get it. Listen, if you want to be a mother.
Right. I'll be right back. Let's see. I don't know anything that's not. We didn't cover it out. Instead, the new protest. Yeah. 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 They said that thing is. Nobody is going to get this last one influential about it. Yeah. Fine enough. They're going to consider it. Good. Good. See, it's going to be fucking best. Yeah. Yeah. He's a good flat brand. There are specifically the brand of tangerines that come with the most always difficult. Cookies. Yes, it's things. Yeah, Albert, Tom, Melvin, Boyd, you're good. You tired too? Tomorrow? Never on this line. Come from this time that is different. Never really on the right place. So, you have now your fucking name. Yes, the church. Follow me. Got it. Try. English. Right. Me. I get on the play today. I'm buying Hello Kitty Island Adventure. You ready to do it? Bye. Yeah. I have a small community that I'm proud of. Really kind of. And that's nice. I miss my friends Becky so well. Good. Well, it's nothing. Really. Yeah, I'm in. Now excited. Sarah. Really? Oh, shit. What's that? You're.
Hey.
What's cracking, G?
Not much.
That's Cam.
Still live
That's not Cam. That's not Cam. That's Evan. There we go.
Still live streaming on YouTube at the moment, but I saw y'all in here, so I figured I'd come in and play a little bit of Master Duel.
What's up, dog?
Yo. Wait, live streaming on YouTube and you're in Discord? Oh no.
Yeah, I was like, because he sounds a little funny. I was like, that's probably why.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're talking on a 1980s style microphone.
Yeah, well. Yeah, well.
Like McDonald's drive-through.
Yeah, well, unfortunately. Unfortunately, NVIDIA broadcast to do some fucking bull. Hold on, does that sound any better?
Like pick a new deck. No, it doesn't sound better at all. You sound kind of the same.
Motherfucker! All right, hold on. Let me try this bullshit.
I mean, like we can hear you. You just sound funny, like. Yo, after who want to do next? Yo, that Rock versus Rock.
Yo, hold on.
All right, hold on. Let me finish up with Nestor. Hold on. We just started this. I know. Me and Knight about to go at it again too.
This dickhead in my
it's lit, bro.
This dickhead in my chat just said were you invited to the Diddy party? Motherfucker, I got 10,000 subs. I ain't invited to shit. The fuck do you mean?
Bruh.
On YouTube.
Invited to the Diddy party is hilarious. Great.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
I always be saying I would want to go to a mansion party, but I don't think I got the balls to do it. Like, I got a really specific fear of being.
I should have never smoked a blunt. Now I'm in the secret society Diddy party.
Yeah, I got a really big fear getting stabbed in my back by somebody that got beef with me, and I don't know.
Oh wait, no! I didn't mean to do that.
So why is that specific to a mansion party?
Well,
I don't like being in heavily
simple.
crowded places with people I don't know.
It's very simple. Just
for the duster.
You
Like, I'm not even gonna lay down.
I could have sworn I just switched my deck. Why am I still on this deck?
I'm not cheating you.
I don't have feather dust in this deck. No.
Hold on. I gotta get my gold pass. Hold on.
See, it's because you added all that meta shit, nigga.
I forgot about feather
This
dust.
nigga tried to use cross out on the feather duster.
Yo, it's fucked up. I changed my deck. I went into the duel, and I was still using the deck I was using before I changed it.
That's crazy. Nah, this game be tweaking sometimes for real though.
I swear the covers was the same.
I swear, let me see if I can join. I'm friends with Jabroni.
You should be able to. I invited you. You're on my friends list now, so.
Hell yeah! Let me see that shit.
You didn't have to surrender. My hand was ass too.
No, it wasn't. I know for fully well your hand was not ass.
Bro, I said
how would you know if you ain't played?
Facts, bro.
You fucking idiot. Fucking dumbass.
I promise you, my hand was more ass. I promise.
Nah, sometimes you gotta check for real, bro. Like,
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm learning to play it out a little more now. Like here and there, I'll be like, let me see. I'll complain about it, but I'll see what's up.
All right, bring me that ass, Mari.
I'm dueling, bro.
Never mind. The game was lagging to shit.
Yeah, yo, it's 3 duels going on right now, bro.
Damn.
It's a packed house, my brother.
I'll fucking wait.
Oh, that's what I was gonna.
All right. I'm gonna watch Jabroni brick for 3 turns and then lose.
Oh nah. That's not what I'm doing this game.
Don't tell me your hand was ass.
My shit was abysmal.
Oh my god.
I was not trying to see what you was gonna do, bro. There was no way I was winning that.
You're bricked up.
Like there was no seeing it through. No, let me see what you do. See if I can count. No, there was none of that.
It's a wrap.
At this point, we're just bricked up. That's it.
All right. Ain't nobody watching this motherfucker. I'm cutting stream.
I'm fucking crying.
Damn, but I thought Twitch was bad. YouTube is abysmal.
Nah, I fucked up. I wasn't supposed to.
No.
Do.
This is one of those after hour streams where I don't give a fuck about being entertaining and like putting on a good show. This is just where I like play games on my computer in a vertical stream and not give a fuck. It's also where I'm a little more